Chapter 13. Oh, Ollie, I came as soon as Telepath Pat messaged me. Come along, son, this school doesn't deserve you. Oliver didn't hear a word his mother had said. Like a lifeless puppet, he followed her back to the house and slumped onto the dining chair, his mind blank. Soon Mrs. Wordsworth and Mr. Chapman arrived. They rushed to Oliver's side and sat down beside him, each placing a hand on his shoulder. Oliver, rest assured I'll be fighting Mr. Broomwick's decision till the very end. We'll stage a teacher's strike if we have to, Mrs. Wordsworth said, trying her best to reassure Oliver. And I'll testify that you excelled in the war room, Mr. Chapman added. Oliver's mother chewed on her fingernails as she looked anxiously at her son. Oliver, please say something. You're making me sick with worry, she cried out helplessly. His mother's cry snapped Oliver out of his stupor. Stupor like, cause Oliver's in a daze. Stupor's like in a daze like that. Like, kong pai. Sorry, Mom, I didn't mean to scare you, Oliver muttered with a hoarse throat before looking at his teachers. Thanks for coming, Mrs. Wordsworth and Mr. Chapman, he responded before staring at the floor. Don't worry about me. Mr. Broomwick's right. A weapon isn't a superpower. I should have known better. Now, please, I need to be alone, Oliver pleaded. The three adults looked on helplessly as Oliver crawled to his bedroom and shut the door. He slid into bed and hid under the blanket, imagining a world where there were no superheroes or monsters or people to protect, just him and his bed. Life would be so much simpler. When Oliver woke up the next morning, he still thought he was going to school, but as he began to undress himself, he realized he wasn't wearing his pajamas but the school uniform. So that means Oliver, last night he went to bed in his uniform. He forgot to change his pajamas. So in the morning when he woke up, he's still in his school uniform. Immediately, the painful memories came flooding back into his mind. So he started remembering, oh yeah, yesterday something very bad happened. I got kicked out of school. So the painful memories came flooding back into his mind. Oliver slumped onto the floor, paralyzed with sorrow. Paralyzed means cannot move with sorrow. When someone is paralyzed with sorrow, they are very, very sad. All of the sudden, a voice broke through the nightmare in Oliver's mind. Attention, raid bunkers! The voice was muffled, as if it was coming from somewhere very far away. Oliver snapped out of his own thoughts and strained to hear what it was. Attention all Rubians! This is a code red, that means emergency, telepathic announcement. Evacuate to the bunkers immediately. I repeat, code red, evacuate to the bunkers now.